the township economy, or maybe the informal economy. So but how big is this? We have been discussing it, but mostly when we closed, I think it was last week Tuesday, that's when we closed it on at the higher note, and you feel like we only scratched the surface when it comes to the opportunities still only available. Most of the time when we talk about Kasi Entrepreneurship or about township economy, we associate a few things like Libudis Plaza shops and so on. Those are the traditional ones. Mara. Now there are these new services still longer now, the available cookies. So our guest Hagitlo Malella Hasitaula, what I will do, what I liked about her, just like myself and others. But by long when the COVID happened, some of them they were forced by the circumstances, maybe miracle. After retrenchment, that's when she realized, oh no man, I can go for this. Our guest today, Kimutu Longoro, was actually retrenched, and she found herself jobless, and the only option was just to go for a business. So today here she is, and Otlo explain what kind of business she is doing.
Sure. And Maringa, before I bring you in, let me then state this, because Mr. Makopo says you were retrenched. COVID-19 really showed us flames,
COVID-19, I think we must be very grateful to what happened to COVID-19. Number one, some of us, we wouldn't be taking advantage of the digital economy. Because if you live orders scooter just over online. So those things, some of us, we didn't even know. Actually, even the companies did not know they can actually leverage on their and then you start working from home. We only knew about that during this unprecedented times of COVID-19. And then I think as much as it was a crisis, remember I always say, out of every crisis, there's somehow job opportunity somewhere. Now we can see there are so many online stores now. Most of them were introduced during COVID-19 when economy was closed and no one was allowed to actually go to be on the streets. And then now somehow we need to say thank you so much to COVID-19. Yes.
Maringa, let's get into that. Speaking from Mr. Makopo saying you were retrenched from 2019 because of COVID-19. Sorry for that.
Yes.
Take us through that particular journey. How did that moment become a launch pad for you to then, start off your company? Tell us what you do and how did everything come about?
Thank you so much for that question and for having me here and for the sponsorship by Mr. Makopo. But out of every pain, there's hope. That's how I always put it. Had it not happened, COVID-19, we wouldn't be here. So I'm very grateful that COVID has happened, because I've always wanted to go and do something. But then there was this fear inside of me, calculations of, what if this, what if that? But then COVID happened, and August 2020, I was retrenched, and I took a gap year. That year, I was just resting because I'm from the background of retail. So I did not have enough time with family. So that was an opportunity for me now to look after my family and enjoy my grandson who was just born that time. He's a two-day baby before COVID, before I had lockdown. So 23rd March and had lockdown happened on the 25th of March. So after that period of a year spending time with family, and towards year end, I found myself thinking, then in 2021, what next? I've rested. I've enjoyed being with family. I've gone for vacation as well. But then now, what's the next thing? And I'm that person that is always up and running. And in retail, it has always been. So I started... I'm very religious, so I've started not religious, spiritual. I've started praying about it, and the only thing that came was like a memory of my grandmother. She used to say, "Haki shudulutse ko wena ngwanaka." So I enjoyed being the child that would shudula Koko, and then Koko I feel better than maobane or whatever pain, and and then that started, I started asking myself, what massage, massage. And because I'm very practical, at that time a lot of companies were doing a lot of online training. So I said, if I find an academy that would teach me how to, then I will start. And I found one in Centurion, and they were actually doing it the practical way.
Oh yes.
So
yes.
They didn't say online because I did not want online.
Because sorry to cut you off that, because with online for massaging, how would you know that you are applying the right pressure?
And they were there, and they had lots of nice prizes as well. But my distinction was I'm very practical, and I love attention to detail. So for me to know where to press, I have to do it the physical way, and you literally has to hold me and show me, and then you are doing it right, you see. So that's how I started, and I took my annual leave, and that was paid out, and bought myself that package, and there I was starting to train and got certificated. Then I started my practicals before the certification. So when I was doing my practicals, I did it with my neighbors, family members, and guess what? A lot of them said, no, Nkone, we have to pay you, because this is as if you've always known how to do massage. I'm like, what? Yeah, I slept better than all other days, and actually I've been to massage, but yours is completely different. And that was like, okay, I've got it. And then I got certificated. I did not look back. I started embracing touch, wellness, and spa was born.
Sure. Blessed by Nkone, because without Nkone, we could not have that many there. Oh, definitely not. That's great. Understandable. But, and also, you know what this means? It shows that we sometimes overlook the things that are right in front of us. Exactly. That we can really use to then, generate income, maybe like cleaning, cooking, and even gardening. And those skills can be used to be monetized. So, Maringa, what would you say are some of these underestimated skills that people could turn into opportunities? Like you got your skill of massage Nkone and made it into something big. What have you seen? What are some of the skills that you have seen?
Sure. There's a lot of, skills that are overseen. Let me tell you one of my backgrounds. There was a time when, before I went into retail, I used my hands. I did laundry for family members, and they paid me. For me, I could not sit and just say, I did not have money to go for varsity because I wanted to be a clinical psychologist. So I started with doing laundry. And it's one of those, when you tell a person, and yet you can turn that into a lucrative business. You start cleaning, doing the laundry, and then you start knowing what detergents to use, and then from there you find ways of saying, I want my laundry to be unique, and then you put an extra service, like I will even iron for you, I will even pack them for you, and then that is laundry on its own. And washing turkeys, those are things that young people can look at and start with it. Selling from school, my daughter used to sell sweets at school because she wanted an extra income for herself. And I'm talking like that. Today she's also an entrepreneur. There are other things. Gardening. You can do gardening and create the
horticulture things. The blompoto type of things.
No, not that. You know, when you create different types of scenery in your garden.
Oh yeah, no, I see it. I see it. Yeah,
there's a word for it.
Yeah.
Landscaping. You start by being a gardener for you to become a landscaper. You know, those are the usual day-to-day things that one can turn into business. Cooking. You know, have a meal, cook your maotwana in a very special way that people will only want Mr. Madisha's only maotwana. You know?
Yes,
cook them in such a way that there's a signature that will make sure that people come to you and do exactly that. Just to add on what I've just said, Embracing Touch is wellness and spa, but we have a special touch that we give to our clients. Like any other spa, we used to just bring people will come in, book, be on the bed, we do the massage, finish, and they leave. But this other day I had Holy Spirit telling me, you need to start healing people with words. And I was like, healing words? I just couldn't get it. Then I started writing scriptures. You would book, when you book yourself, even though you booked yourself, will write, Mr. Madisha from TUTFM, you are a unique man. God created you in the most beautiful way, and your voice heals people. Your voice brings light to people. This show has brought Embracing Touch into light, and then when you go into the spa, you find that it's something different. Tell me, you wouldn't be feeling special.
It's a special feeling.
You will shed a tear because nobody else has ever told you that, and yet you know, but nobody has told you, or nobody has highlighted to you that you are unique, you are awesome, you are touching my life in a different way. So we are different. We touch people before we can even put them on the bed.
Mr. Makopo, let me bring you in. Do you concur with those statements? Do you concur with those?
Firstly, when she mentioned the hore, then she needed to do the practice again. And then for her to do the practices, but Baba writing everything. And then how I so wish maybe give it one of the neighbors take a free massage. But now there's one thing in Longhoro village, it's very important. I always say it. Nakware, there are other things that you can do. Laundry. Now, young people these days, they don't look at that. Now, I always say to you, Madisha Hore, what is business actually? Business is when you are willing to do something for someone who's willing to pay for that thing, but that person is not willing to do that himself or herself. The moment you tick those boxes, you are already in business. So that's what she just said. Or you can start doing laundry and other things again. And now, most of the time, Mr. Madisha, I always say, and I said it even before, or there are certain things that we will never get to realize, see them or touch or do anything. And not unless if that person now conquers or overcomes that fear to give birth to that something. So and Now the other thing, she's going extra mile. She's not just giving you
that.
Yes. They are running photographic businesses, and then all what they are selling to you, kiddie pictures, little videos. But there are those by long, or they are actually giving you the memories of your life. Two different things. I get. But about exchanging the pictures, maybe you can even pay 10 rand per picture. But Bale Longore, they make sure your event is memorable forever. So now she went extra mile, and then she didn't have to do it the traditional way about Bobitsa after, and then what am I get. Now there's this personal touch to the whole thing as a client. It's this personal touch. Somehow they can even make you realize the person that you are as Madisha. I may be sitting here not knowing how I'm touching people in different ways. And in the moment I go sponsor, then I get to what we call self-realization. Now I start realizing myself, or oh wow, I didn't even know, or it's this part of me where when I get yes. And I think that's very important. She said mouthful, she said a lot of things, but it's one thing that I loved about her story. COVID-19 or the crisis like that, probably no was comfortable working for that company. Because when I was trying to research about her, I realized she was running one of the top 5 stores in the country that was generating millions. Again, it was easy for her now to be somewhere in a higher position So now, but Baba Inchi, what they do, the moment they reach that cul-de-sac and then they go home, they sit, they expect someone to employ them. Now, it's that time now you need to stand up, employ yourself, and start something else. So now, today, Ustatile, and now the business is running. She's offering unique services. Kokai, not somewhere else, but in the township economy. Where when I get yes.
And I wanna thank you so much for that, Mr. Makopo. And I wanna take on Maringa on that particular point, and then we'll take a very quick break. Coming in, you know when massage, we tend to think Sentine and proper places or one. So I want to understand how did you break the mold? How did you get in Komakasana, and how do you see the potential of the business growing Komakasana? Let's say, for instance, I want to start something of that sort, Komakasana. What's the potential there like for me?
So, Nkone Marisha, there's so much potential. But there's a saying that says you will get to as far as you see. So if your eyes can see up until this wall, that's where you will get. But if your eyes can see up to the other side of the wall, that's where you will get. Now there's a potential. The only thing with our people, but rona ba bantsho, go gore banahana or massage ke luxury. Besides it being in Santen, they think gore ke luxury. Massage is a necessity, the same way you need food kamontlo, because your body needs it. So ke kopa hore hanyane ke rute batho ba rona ka massage.
Thank you.
So massage, when you research erbotsa gore a person uthoka massage twice a week, weekly, and a 90-minute session. When you take massage in that fashion that is required, your cortisol hormone, which is your fear or your stress hormone, it gets reduced by 28%. When you take massage, your dopamine, which is your motivation hormone, will increase by 31%. And then your serotonin, which is your happy hormone, will increase also by 31%. Now, Rena, decision is nyane, because why? We are stressed. And massage is not only for adults. massage is for all ages. We host a kids event. The amount of knots we find on children's necks, like sometimes my heart just go down when we touch those kids and you feel the tense that is within the kids. Adults, they need massage because by experience a lot of high blood, malwetse a chronic, and when you push, you are actually boosting the blood flow in the body. People ba berekang bo mme le bontate young students ba I
can attest
so body pain sometimes they always on up and down, and then they find themselves having body pains. Massage helps you to get those body pains off. Massage, it's luxury. Re ka se budgetele re bya last tsatsi la vacation, and vacation e ka tla ka 5 years after 5 years from now. He ka se tlo wena ka se massaging business ya embracing touch it's once e run ke boma because it's once e grow ke the same people ba ileng gore bana le stress but they want to drink panado before they sleep, while there's a holistic way of saying you've got the solution, you've got health, we can restore that for you. And once we restore that for you, motivation, or I'm going to make money, I'm going to make people happy, my voice is gonna help someone realize a dream today. But if you don't go to massage, you'll say, I'm stressed, and there's no motivation for you to get up.
Sure.
I wanted to say something.
Okay.
I wanted to say something. I guess you are going to now. I came here and no wonder why rela di partner charna e robit o krekere khopela re o and to be honest, why it's the topic I get you relevant mo segmenting ya di small business, especially kokasi a gone batho ba go isha o feta ba kokasi ke le rapela understand. We think it's luxury ki dilo tsa magoa go ya go di massaging go di spa mara to be quite honest right now we really need massage. We want the vacationing a renkeria o do phela o le mmereko ka di weekend to jige ka mai. I think it's very relevant, and I think these are the unique services Nkone Marisha need is staying in the informal economy. Mostly not like di massaging area somewhere else. So I'm happy now or there are small businesses they are coming into this township economy. They're taking advantage of that, offering these services steady. So it's not even luxury. It's a necessity. This is a well-being. This is about your well-being. Now they are offering them right here, and then we used to go somewhere else.
You know what? Let's take a very quick ad break. We'll come back after that. But we say utlwile bare massage says happy happy is a happy
you tsaka who increase your happy hormones.
Happy hormones ka 31%, jobe men ka 31%.
Yes.
Bakala massage Friday ke go lutla bare batla le tsara. Ladies and gentlemen, 2 minutes after the hour 8 o'clock, you are still listening to TUTFM 96.2, amplifying voices, empowering lives, and this is Kasi Entrepreneurship. We take a very quick ad break, and when we come back from that, we'll look into the youth job creation and practice. We'll look into some of these issues that are there. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this.
TUTFM has signed a code of conduct that is enforced by the Independent Communication Authority of South Africa. Under the code, we are committed to giving you content that is fair, programming that is not harmful, and news that is accurate. If you think that we are not living up to the code, then you can lodge a complaint to the station manager. Direct complaints to mahapaek@tut.ac.za or call 012-382-9719. We will respond within 7 working days. If you are not satisfied with our response, then you can escalate your complaint to the Independent Communication Authority of South Africa. Direct your complaint via email to bimashego@icasa.org.za or via post to Independent Communication Authority of South Africa, 350 Witch Hazel Avenue, Eco Park Estate, Centurion, 0144. Or call 012-568-3000. TUTFM 96.2, amplifying voices, empowering lives.
Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at TUTFM_962.
Add us to your favorites. Add us to your favorites.
Add us to your favorites.
And keep your
Yo.
on TUTFM. She can get a taste. She can get a taste. Do you let it taste?
Yeah, this station's got soul.
Definitely don't forget that MTN has competition for you. Definitely recharge with 49 rands or more and dial star 31136 star 2 hash to select a My Town offer of 5 gigs plus 5 gigs plus 30 minutes for 49 rands and stand a chance to win double your airtime. How does it work? Subscribers recharge with 49 rands or more in airtime. Exchange airtime for My Town offer by dialing star 136 star 2 hash. Select a My Town offer once again of 5 gigs plus 5 gigs plus 30 minutes for 49 rands. Take a screenshot and send it to your community radio station, and 3 winners per weekend or rather per radio stations will be selected and announced every Friday. Wait while you stand a chance to win double your airtime. Terms and conditions apply. This campaign starts from the 14th of July and ends on September 26, 2025.
The Groundbreakers, Mondays to Thursdays, 7 to 9 p.m. on TUTFM.
It's back again. We did this last year. The Wimpy Nina Park Color Run on the 9th of August right here in your backyard in Nina Park, Pretoria North. Visit them in store or go to Web Tickets and Pick and Pay stores. Bring your kids, your daughter, your mother, granny, and let's have fun on Women's Month. For more information, contact them on 012-328-6457 and WhatsApp number on 073-404-3540. Race pack and medal included.
5 minutes after the hour, 8 o'clock, you are still listening to TUTFM 96.2, amplifying voices, empowering lives. And thus, as Kasi Entrepreneurship with my name is Polelo N Madisa, Mr. John Kabelo Makopo, and Nkone Maringa. We definitely have a beautiful conversation. Komakasana, we need this particular institutions, the massage parlors. We need to be able to then say, Hake Twafa on a Friday. And it's very sad that you mentioned Maringa, you also find it in knots. Mobane nagana bana.
Hey, that's my day.
Did not take it.
The blood knots. I got to go shoot. Mama Madi
Amadi akobokane flowing.
Sure. But let's get in here. I want to take you in terms of Ramakopo. This is coming in towards you. No, yeah, and I was gonna bring it, but thanks. This is coming into you now. This is coming into you in terms of what some of the ways that young people in the township can take ownership of their economic futures with minimal capital or even minimal formal training. Yeah.
I think, Madisha, my answer in every episode, it's always one.
Yeah.
It's all about to say, Nakuchiling, we really don't need all these big capitals and so on. We can just convert the skill that you have into something very commercial. Selo se longore se kaba commercially viable. I will give you a practical example. You know we always debunk the myth, or you need huge capital and so on. How she started, I don't think she needed a lot of capital. All what she did, unotegrela fella the skill, and then out of that skill, and she was able to start the business. So young people go to townshipping, they really need to take advantage of this township economy. Most of the things, Madisha, they don't need this capital. I will give you an example. When we were closing Maloba, not necessarily talking to the kind of business that she's doing. When we were closing, we closed it. A guy I hire not. That's when you said Marokarmo no scratch only the surface.
Sure.
I was giving you example number one kere. But hoba unandi cell phones kamuma in every household. 92.1% but hoba unandi cell phones. I will go back to that statistics again. Na pilerare 45.34 million of our population owns the cell phones. And then that ownership goes up 3.3% every year. It shows you that thing. But more than anything, 91% of everyone was wearing phone in South Africa was already smartphones. And then but what are the opportunities? And across all the networks, the SIM card still it's more than 112 million.
Yeah.
Meaning one person on average normally more than 2 different SIM cards. But now, here's the thing. I will give you an example. I hope we're not gonna get sued. Now, manele a talent. Kidi content creators. They are taking advantage of this digital economy. The person, all what the person needed to start the business is the cell phone and the access to the internet. Some of them, do you know, or some of them, these big companies are now hunting for these people because they own a community of millions of people. Okay, someone and followers on TikTok, for example. I will give you example like Tetrick Bonor. Big companies, literally cell phones, they go to him to say, can we advertise on your platform?
On your platform, yeah.
Where one again.
Yeah.
Okay, you have a content or you are investing so much more again. And people, they just want to tap into the community that you have. Follow maybe 2 million followers or so. I'm just giving you an example again. That you can actually convert that into hundreds of thousands when it comes to the endorsements to these big companies. Only big brands they just want to associate themselves what does on TikTok. And they know all the followers they can just use our brand. So now, what already you have the smartphone.
Yeah, sure.
You already have access to internet, but you are using it the other way. So there are people they are taking advantage of 45 when even now we are living in a global world. This is a global village.
Yeah.
You know the biggest country. Now it's no longer the physical country like South Africa or USA or Bangladesh. It's a digital country.
The internet.
Like for example, like Facebook. It's got billions of citizens. And that's where we are meeting there. Other opportunities say longer they are available, not necessarily even local guys. People they want their companies say longer they've got products. They are aiming for over the target market, get the bottom end of the market. But for them to access that, they know Madisha has got the community of those people. So now young people, they can take advantage of that. Another one key, Mr. Madisha, some they've just graduated or maybe they've got skills. IT degree or diploma whatsoever. But we are making some certain institution somewhere. I was listening at her website. Surely someone did the website for her. You know, young people, Mokasimo, somebody really coding. Lot of businesses now, Mokas, the old way. We need the services now. I need someone who can professionally manage the image of my business, especially my online presence. I need someone who can manage my content, the content of my business on TikTok and all these other social handles. That it's a service on itself. But we always have the excuses because we lack what we always the entrepreneurial mindset. So that's what we lack.
And every single time, even when Maringa was speaking, I've noticed that the issue here is the mindset. The issue is the mindset. We need to debunk that particular mindset that we have. But I want to bring in the question to then say, I was reading what Liseja sent me that you have now taken young women under your wing, have trained them into the space. I want to understand what is it that you have learned about, the youth, and even what advice would you give to young people who are looking to create jobs throughout their businesses?
I would say start. Don't look at your circumstances and think it's over. I have an NPO that I am running as well, where I meet with young, especially women that are unemployed, and I help them to create their own vision boards. And I also motivate them to say, if you have a vision board, you will be able to see where you are going. Remember, you can't say you want to go to Cape Town and you don't have the direction. You don't know how much it's going to cost you to go there. You first need to know how much you're going to spend to go there. How are you going to go there? You need the GPS to go there. Exactly. But right now, if you tell me I want to go to Cape Town, but you haven't done your research, how are you going to get there? So I teach them to say, have direction, know exactly what you want, and start. Yes, you've got that fear. The heart will keep on pumping faster, and it's a good thing. Because you're throwing yourself into a pool, but you don't know how to swim. Don't look at the fact that you are saying, I don't have the resources. I started without resources. From one bed, now I have lots of bed. And when the money comes in, I tell my team, everything that you see, it's everything that this business has worked. Yes, I might not have the money currently in the bank, but when I look around, I see beds, I see towels, I see oils, I see all the things that we are using. I think I have arrived. And that gives me hope to say, okay, one day we'll move out of here and go to a better space. But young people are holding back. They don't want to take the first step because they are fearful. If you've got somebody like, I'll say me, who is nurturing you to say, start here. Next time I'll tell you, go to GEP online, apply. They will give you marketing material for free because you are a small business that is registered under 1 year. They're going to give you what we call support, a grant. But if you don't start, if you don't ask, if you don't speak to people that have been there like Nkone Makopo, how are you going to know? We all go without information, but us who have started has got more information. And I will not hold back because we are building economy ko magaeng a borona, ko re tswang, ko di townshiping, and that's where economy is needed. A lot of young people are not employed.
And I want to bring in Mr. Makopo, coming in from that particular point as she made. Maringa spoke that young people, Baba Lele Tsoho, they don't have that self-worth. And she was then speaking in terms of women. I want to bring you in terms of men to then say, how do we restore the self-worth in young men, especially Bakoma Kasana, who are then saying, hey, we are trying this particular thing, but then are saying because they feel they've been excluded from the mainstream economy. How do we then restore their self-worth and get them to be more driven once again?
It's nothing beautiful as failing, because that's where lessons of lives, that's where we learn a lot of things again. The problem is people, they don't want to fail, and it's beauty on the other side of not succeeding. Again, it's this it's a famous notion now, you need to fail fast. You need to quickly fail fast so that you can start getting it right. Not unless you make that decision to start. And then you will never know how it feels to fail. But I think failure is also guaranteed, Madisha. There's no way you can run business, you are successful, or think somehow or fail. They will tell you by longer now they've got big empires and so on. They failed hundreds of times. They've tried this, it didn't work. They tried and it didn't work. As I'm speaking to you now, only the venture capitalist companies tell or defund the businesses. One of the minimum criteria or the requirements for you to qualify, you have to show them how you failed first in the, because no one wants to risk his money funding a business the owner never failed. Understand again? Yes. Myself, I wouldn't do that. Give you the money, you don't even know how it's to fail. So now, what my encouragement to young men out there, you need to start. And it's so inevitable anyway. Failure, it's inevitable. Somehow you will fail. You will start. And failure, it's part of the direction. Start, fail, start again, fail, try something else until you get it right.
I'm seeing you agreeing, Mama. I'm seeing you agreeing. What do you concur? What's your sentiments on that note?
It's very true. Fail is first attempt in learning. That's how I describe it.
Yeah.
So you must first attempt it. Fail, get up and go.
Yeah.
Rena re batho ba le ba ileng hore ne re sa tsebe hore di social media di bereka bjang, and we failed because Embracing Touch is now 4 years young, and the first 2 years we failed at exposing the business to the media, to social media. And now that we got it right, and we got people who are helping us to get it right, because we don't know how, but we've got people that helps us to get it right. That's where we are now growing. You know, and if you fail to take the first step, you will never have a chance to fail. And it's okay, you know, to fail. It's a mistake, but you are there to learn. Nobody is perfect. If you want perfection, you won't be able to learn. You need to go in there, throw yourself in there and say, I don't know how to swim, but I'm getting there.
You know what? I was supposed to take a quick ad break. I'm not taking it. I'm going to take you on this last 3 questions, and then we'll let this conversation go to bed for this evening. But I like what you say. You know what? I forgot my word of the week. I found this particular and beautiful, should I say, code yesterday. And I said, I'm going to make it the word of the week. It said, and if you don't succeed at this time, make sure that you destroy all the evidence that you started. So that when you start again, you're starting with the same hunger. Hey, Moleke buys this is again to 11. No, you know it's only in share. But I'll get it proper. And I wrote it down somewhere. It was so beautiful. But because you were speaking that you're only 4 years young into the business, right? I want to understand what is the long-term vision and how do you plan to scale it while still staying true to the mission, which is then touching lives.
The vision is to find Embracing Touch from every township and growing and employing young people, and not just girls, but also boys, teach them this skill to say you can excel. There's the Swedish massage. Swedish massage, it's your normal soft massage. There's sports remedial. Sports for those who are in sports and they injure themselves, we help them. There is hot stone treatments. Hot stone treatments will help you to recover from stress and remove pains. There's foot massage. That's my favorite, foot massage. And I'll tell you why. Because all the nerves of our bodies, they end under our feet.
Okay.
So it doesn't matter what organ of your body, your eyes that you're looking at me with, the nerve and under your feet. So on your feet, at this part after your toes, there's the nerve of your feet and of your eyes and your feet. So don't tell me I always say, do you ever take 30 minutes and wash your feet? But if you come to Embrace in Touch, we will do exactly that for you, and you'll feel like you had a full body massage. That's the education that I want our people to know. And you don't need much. You only need 200 rand to do that and get yourself a full body massage with a 200. But we've worked on your feet and you're feeling better. You see, so education is more important. On Wednesdays, we look after the grannies. We give them a special of half price. We make sure they get their full body and their foot therapy for a very reasonable price.
Yes,
so massage is not just something that is far-fetched. It's a holistic healing, and we all need it. People are rimetswe, hey kuningi, hey, but they don't visit us to come and enjoy those benefits. And young people have got a potential, young people, I always say, try this, try that, until you find something that you love. Because when you put love in it, then you'll be able to excel in it without, it being a struggle or a challenge. You will enjoy it. I wake up, excited every day. I wake up thinking, who am I gonna touch every day? And besides the massage, the fact that I will speak to you and say, you know what you're doing on radio every Tuesday and Thursday, it's very powerful. And you get it, and I see that you are receiving it well, and you realize something that Makopo said, you know what, I found self-worth, in what you have said. And guess what, I don't remember meeting a store where they are saying we've got body parts, spare body parts. So take care of your body, because this body of yours is the only place that you live in. If your leg, it gets to be, cut, there's no spare shop where we can go and buy that body. If your heart, something happens to it because it cannot pump blood, because there was no blood flow, because you did not take massage, you thought you are saving yourself 500 rand, and yet you're losing your life, then what's the point of living?
I take the note that you wake up excited every morning, wondering whose body I'm gonna touch, because you're gonna make it better. Yes. And I tell people, and I was telling this lady today, that purpose is not what you do, it's what happens to people when you do what you do.
Exactly.
We say you must wake up in the morning excited, because tomorrow you excited. Ramakopo. And before I ask, I'll give you the platform to then close it off. I want to ask Maringa, where can people get you?
So you can get us on TikTok, Embracing Touch 0. We are on Facebook, Embracing Touch Wellness and Spa. We are on Instagram at Embracing Touch, at Embracing_touch. And We are on Google. Please check our reviews. People love what we do, and it's just Embracing Touch Wellness and Spa. On email, embracingtouch@gmail.com.
And because you are a woman of faith, you said it yourself when you walk in here that a very spiritual person, lekwalo, any scripture that you're leaving the listeners with,
before they, it's something I think
yeah.
The contacts have a negative.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, our contact number is 082-681-8868, and it's a WhatsApp number or a call number.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ramakopo, the scripture, I'll get it for myself.
Okay. Isaiah 40:31.
Isaiah
40:31.
Hallelujah.
It's my favorite scripture.
Hallelujah.
And I'll tell you why, because we're talking about entrepreneurship quickly.
Yes.
You must soar like an eagle. And when you soar like an eagle, you will be able to mount up high. You know, you will grow. With saying to people they must start.
Yeah.
You will walk and never faint, and you will run and never go weary. And my last word is, don't hang around with chickens while you are an eagle. You need to start flying.
I don't do like I hang around Ramakopo, 28 minutes. I'm giving you a minute. You close it off. Actually, 29. How do we close it this evening?
I will just share my personal story when it comes to taking care of yourself.
Sure.
To be quite honest with you, it was only when I took some time off, or should I say some time, and then I went somewhere else just to go and relax. I never had this thing in my mind. To me, vacationing. I was focusing on making money, but on the other side, make it a compromise a lot. Not knowing what the biggest asset of my business, it's actually this body. If I'm well, because I'm the thinking tank of my business. It was only after I took some time to go and rest, way back at 2021. After 3 days, when I came out of that place, then I gave birth to everything that you see that I have.
Yeah.
Like Makopo Industrial and others. So now, this is why now I'm just flying with eagles. I stopped long time ago to walk around with chickens. I get. Now, in my closing, Kahore, as much as we encourage people to support small businesses, let's be the example Rena as team Kasi Entrepreneurship. So before Baba Chavela Limpopo on Friday, because Kukulo Baba Limpopo.
I will make time. We'll make the time.
Let's book. Let's support the small business and
yeah,
as a team. And it must be this week.
Sure. Ladies and gentlemen,
that's my closing.
Sure.
Yes.
These two gentlemen, they definitely needed most.
All of us.
Yeah, but one of those three, they need it. But look at the notes of Farama Wisolafa. Is always standing up. Ladies and gentlemen, 30 minutes before the hour 9 o'clock, this has been another edition of Kasi Entrepreneurship right here on TUTFM 96.2, amplifying voices, empowering lives. We call it an evening. I tried to get to one Mr. Jimmy Mukolele. We're speaking issues concerning how South Africans are spending, and then they are depending too much on credit cards. It's sad. It's tough. People don't really. It's sad. Let's get Mr. Mukolele on the line. Don't go anywhere, and definitely don't get Tate Boy Joseph on TikTok watching those food puseleto. Kasi Entrepreneurship will be back after this.